Good morning. I am so glad you guys are here for Tech Week. If you're watching this in the group or if you're watching it on the YouTube channel, it might be out of order, but there are other videos that have to do with tech for kids. This one's on YouTube Kids, and a little just short informational video for you guys to help understanding YouTube Kids. So if you're new to me, my name is Anastasia Aruz, and I am a family coach, consultant, helper, just to work with families and help them have a healthier home. Okay. And I am really, really happy that you're here with me today. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because, or if you're listening, this call, however you want to call it, is because I struggle with my 9-year-old a lot when it comes to technology and understanding how all the different apps work. So hopefully for you, this will help you, give you a direction on what you need to do and where to go if you want to learn further about YouTube Kids or really anything. The biggest thing I have learned in all of this is it just takes a lot of paying attention and consistency with it. Kids are very sneaky. They learn about all this stuff from their friends, and they're going to do it and watch it and see it, whether you know about it or not. And I rather be involved and know what they're watching and talk about it with them than have it all be a secret. So I'm going to share a little bit about how I do it at home and how I've learned along the way. And then you can decide how you would like to do it in your family. All of this is like family choice, right? All of it is in how we want to do it with our kids. We did not have this growing up. It is really hard to navigate. And some parents are very, very free with it. They let their kids do whatever. Others are very, very strict and don't give them any controls or apps, whatever, over it. So I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not like super free, but I'm also not like hard lockdown. I've learned a lot about the hard lockdown stuff because what I found, if it is really like that, whenever you don't let them do any of it, they're going to do it because they want to see what it is, because all the kids are into it and that's really exciting to them. And so I've learned over the years just to learn about it, pay attention. And even when I am paying attention, I don't always catch what needs to be caught. So let me get started. I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. So let me start it. Why can I never do this when I'm trying to start? Okay. So YouTube Kids, what is it all about? If you have a child, probably 8 or older, they've probably heard of YouTube Kids. Maybe even younger ones have heard of it if you have older siblings. We just started using it in our family probably about a year ago. I will say that I really limited my son through the years, and I did not introduce anything to him until he brought it to me. And then we would figure out how we would make it work in our family. So because he never really wanted YouTube Kids, was never something that we talked about, I never offered it to him. I waited till he showed it to me. So what is it? YouTube Kids is a targeted version of YouTube. All the videos on there are targeted for kids. Some are great, some are not so great. Some can be addictive, some not so addictive. There's cartoons, there's real life videos, all the things you can imagine. If you've watched YouTube, it's the same thing, but just a kid version of it. If you're wondering, like, should I let my kids watch it? That's really up to you. They do have it broken down into 3 age groups. There's 4 and under, 5 to 8, and 9 to 12. I will say that we did not really start using this at all until the 9 to 12 because it was never something that was talked about or brought up. We're also pretty busy as a family. We have sports, dance, lots of things going on. And I do that on purpose because I rather my child be out doing things in the community than sitting on the computer. So I try to be really, really purposeful on what we're doing after school, on the weekends, and I pay attention. So he really didn't have time to get into this until he was older. The 4 and under, that's your choice too. But when they're 4 and under, they really have no idea what's available. So if you can manage to not let them see it till they're older, I would do the best you can at keeping it away to as long as possible. And then once they bring it up to you, that's when you need to start learning about it and trying to understand how you can make it work with your family. I don't love it. I wish it wasn't around because I feel like you can get really sucked into it, just like any of the other apps that are around. but it's something that's here. It's something we have to get used to. And I'd rather know about it than just ignore it, right? So let me tell you a little more. All right, how it works. So basically, you can create an account for your child. So it's on, you do it through Google, right? So you do it through Google, and it's through an app called Family Link. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. So if you look at the top of my screen, you see that one right there, that blue, green, yellow, that's Family Link. So you download that, and then you enter your Google information. And then from there, you'll create, I'll show you here again. So from there, you create profiles, right? So as you can see, there's two that say Isaac. The reason there's two is because one time he tried to trick me and was trying to get me to create him a new account so he could have extra controls. And I was like, what are you talking about? So as we talked about it, we both figured out he didn't need another account, but I just have not, I have not erased it yet. He has no control. It's not hooked up to anything. And as you start playing around with it, you'll see how you can hook it up to the different apps. So I'll show you how it works. So if I go to Isaac's account, you can see that I have limits on there. Let me get it over a little bit. I have different limits of how long he can use it. The reason I give him 4 hours is because he has this on his computer for school. And sometimes he needs it more for the different things they do at school. But then that's like 4 hours just for his Family Link. And then I would set different app limits for the different apps he has. So YouTube Kids would be one of the apps, if that makes sense. So this all can be done from your phone. And then what happens is they then connect it. I was going to show you guys if I can get into his thing. It's not working, but then they have an app on their iPad or whatever device, and then they're able to, so it's all connected together. Now, this is something you're going to want to revisit and not just let it be, because kids are really good about learning more than we are, and they'll learn how to change like passwords, or they'll learn how to be able to get access to more time. So this is something that we revisit all the time. And in fact, today when I was working on this presentation, he was telling me that he logged off of YouTube Kids because he didn't like that I turned the search off. And so he was then able to figure out how to get back on without being on his account, because he wanted the search bar to be on. So we talked about it. I turned the search bar on because I'd rather me know what he's searching for than him randomly doing it. And so yeah, so that was something I learned today. So you're constantly learning and trying to figure it out with them. So it's really, really important to revisit this periodically. I would say like once a month. All right. So you can do up to 8 profiles. You need to be signed into Google, and then you make a child account through Family Link. And then you can set the limits. You can handpick content if you would like, and you can also set controls for it. So it can be pretty locked down. I will say that the kids are really good about not making it. So just make sure you pay attention. And especially the older they are, the quicker they are to learn how to manipulate. There are paid ads. So the kids will see ads on there. They also can discover videos through search, like searching for something. That's why I had turned the search bar off. Recommended videos and watch again. So I did turn the search bar back on for him, but on the controls, I have turned off recommended videos and also watch again. So he has to be pretty like specific about what he wants to see when he's typing. So yeah, you can set those controls, which I think is nice. There's also a small chance they might say inappropriate content. You can even read on, whenever you're doing this on YouTube, that they do the best they can to make sure that things are not going to pop up on there, but you do have that chance. So when you decide to let your kids do this or not, just know that that possibly could happen. And as long as you're paying attention with the kids and they trust you and you trust them, they're going to tell you if they see something inappropriate, because they're going to be like shocked. And if you have a good relationship and you're paying attention, they're going to show you what's going on. So again, it's your personal choice if you decide that you want this to be something for your kids. It's really up to you for each family to make the decision. The biggest recommendation I have is just pay attention to what they're doing, stay connected with them, figure out the family link so you can watch what's happening. You'll be able to see how much time they spend on it, and you can also see what they're looking up. And then a couple of resources that are helpful if you want to learn more after watching this or listening to this is that you can use Common Sense Media. There is if you just type in Google, Common Sense Media, Parents' Ultimate Guide to YouTube Kids, there is so much more information on it. And then Bark has some app reviews, is YouTube Save for Kids, and also a YouTube app. It's like the YouTube app review for parents. So that one's pretty helpful also. So if you are interested in learning more about YouTube Kids, that would be 2 resources to check out. So if that was helpful, please let your friends know. Please share this. If you want more information on different technology for kids or would like to learn more about what I do, make sure you check out my website or my Instagram profile, which is all listed below or in the profile up top. And I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you here tomorrow. We're going to do part 2 of the Tech Week. Have a great day. Bye.